Welcome to In Style Cooking and the Community. I'm Kathy Tillery, your host. Thank you so much for joining us today, and I hope you join us every week right here on TV 24 WEAC, whether it be online, cable, web. You can find us in a lot of different places. Please just download the app if you like looking at your phone and watching TV on the go. I have Susan Shipman here with me.
Hey.
She is the co-host of our show, and she is going to bring us some wonderful guests and recipes every week right here. And I'll actually help a little bit on that. Me and her are going to do that together sometimes if we need a little extra fill-in.
Nothing
right,
sharp.
right.
Yes.
And we have a wonderful guest with us right now. This is Mr. Lewis Downing. Mr. Downing, thank you for joining us today.
Thank y'all so much for having us.
And he is actually at Downing and Sons right here in Calhoun County.
Yes.
That's right.
Right, actually near the old courthouse.
Just across the street from the county courthouse and the federal courthouse
That's right.
in downtown
That's right.
Anniston.
So, and we are excited because Susan is going to make, what are you making today for us?
We are having pork piccata and wilted Swiss chard.
That sounds excellent.
Wilted. You know, there's like got to be a better word than wilted. To shrunken, shriveled. I know it really sounds good, but basically it's just you're making the chard cooked and
Sauteed.
smaller. Sauteed is much better than wilted, right?
And so
Yes.
we are cooking today. So we'll have some great things here with Susan. And Lewis is joining us during our cooking segment, as well as, guess what? He is going to be our community guest. So we're going to hear a lot of history about Downing and Sons today, because that is the goal of our show, is actually to have fun in the kitchen and to bring our community, whether you live in Calhoun County, Etowah County, Jefferson County, Talladega County, Cleburne County, all the surrounding counties. You actually probably can see us even as far as Auburn, Sylacauga, Birmingham. So please join us right here every week, and hopefully we can talk the owner of the TV station to having us a little filler here and there.
Yes,
you know, where
absolutely.
you can see us other times as well.
Right.
Okay?
I expect for that to happen, so that'll be great.
That'll
We'll be on
good.
multiple times a day.
Okay, so I'm going to turn it over now to Susan, and she is going to take off.
Thank you. We hope we're going to take off. We're going to start by processing the vegetables that we're using so that we don't contaminate the cutting board with the meat. So what we've got here, little brother taught me a great way to use garlic where you're not, trying to get the skin off of it for like 40 minutes.
That's something that we use a lot of garlic at home, and
There you
I
go.
am forever taking the skin off garlic cloves and making my hands sticky.
So you
Bam,
just
like
smash
that.
it. You just smashed it.
Yep. Ta-da.
Have you been doing it that way, Lewis?
I have, but I still tend to make more of a mess than Susan. Susan is doing a much better job than I did.
It's just accidental, very accidental. So that's all the garlic that we're going to use. I'm not even sure we're going to use that whole clove because that's pretty keep the vampires away. I'm going to put you right there. We're going to trim down the chard now.
Susan, what is this? What have we got here?
What are
Swiss
these?
chard. This is Swiss chard. So what the heck is that? It's a leafy vegetable. I actually bought the plants for this at Downing and Sons. It is beautiful. This one is called Bright Lights. So it's colorful. Some of it is just green leaves, but they've got this beautiful colored stem. And so, we eat with our eyes first. And when we start with pretty food, then that encourages us to have a better appetite. Not like I have a problem with that. There is some that's just green also, which is fine. It's but the color in it might help.
That is beautiful.
Isn't that nice?
I'll make sure that everybody can see that.
It is
at
lovely.
home.
It's
that is really pretty.
Pretty veins running all
That is
through
like
it.
a magenta pink.
Thank you.
It's gorgeous.
Yes.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Yes, lovely. And then there's this one that's got the
I've
little
never
bit of
had this.
orange.
Unless I've had it in a fancy restaurant, probably, right?
Maybe.
And,
Right.
and it's nice in a salad also, the smaller pieces. It's kind of a less tender leafy
It's a hardier,
vegetable.
it's a hardier grain. And
Yeah.
it's fairly nutrient dense too, if I'm correct, Susan.
And
Indeed.
actually, can people get this at your store?
Right.
Sure
Vitamin
can, yeah, they sure
K.
can. This is what would be considered a cole crop. So this chard and on most leafy green vegetables grow in cooler seasons. So there are really two growing seasons: a fall season and, and an early spring season. So, like Susan has just harvested this yesterday,
And this is
or
probably
this morning,
the
one or the other. But that
one of
this
the
is
latest
something
harvests.
that Susan probably planted this in March or
Yes.
February.
Yes. Yes, and so this will, it is still looking really nice out in
It
the
is
garden right
gorgeous.
now. It'll get to that time when the leaves start getting really tough, and then we'll be finished with it. We're going to do the stemmy parts first. We're going to start them cooking first because they, like an onion or a celery or something that you're cooking with, is going to take a little bit longer to get tender, and we don't want it to be crunchy. So we're going to start with it. And we're using the robust extra virgin olive oil. For the leafy vegetable, we're going to use the smooth extra virgin olive oil with the pork.
Okay.
See, this one's, the robust is greener than this. I don't know what they do to make it that way. They probably leave the skins in longer. That's how they make red wine, in case you didn't know this. That once they squeeze the grapes, it's clear. You want red, you soak it in the leave the skins in.
Nice to know. And I know a lot of people, I always buy like extra olive oil and put it in my pantry. So I always have some, don't run out.
Sure, yeah.
And it'll stay fresh for a good long time.
Yeah, I was fixing to say, Susan, I read some articles about it because I had bought 2 or 3 bottles and I had not quite used it. 'Cause maybe I didn't have as much company.
Right.
And the key to olive oil, if it's going bad, correct? It has a different smell, aroma. Is that right?
See, I don't know
That's
because
what
I've never had
we
any
use it
go
so
bad.
we use it so
That's
quickly.
what I've heard.
But any oil
Because
is
a lot
gonna have
of
that
people
kind
with
of
COVID,
rancid
they stocked up
smell.
probably on things. So I was just trying to give us a little tip. Be sure to make sure the color of the olive oil is very clear.
You smell it,
and
you'll know
make
if
sure
it's
it
not
doesn't
good.
have that tainted smell.
Right. You can tell if it's not good. But sniffing it first is a good idea before you commit yourself with your vegetables.
This smells delicious. She's already cooking it.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and put all the garlic in because,
delicious.
Why not?
can never have too much
You have
garlic.
to- I
And
agree.
while Lewis is here, and he is with Downing and Sons, and they're down right near the courthouse. And if you're not familiar with Calhoun County, then actually you would just turn to the right on what would that be like 11th Street?
you're headed
correct?
south.
So if you're headed south, right
On Quintard, you would turn to
take
the
a
right.
right on 11th Street.
On 11th
We're
Street,
3 blocks down on the corner of 11th and Garnet.
And
3 blocks
the,
down.
The store is just amazing. You can go in there and spend hours wandering and looking at all the interesting things that they have
A lot
in
of
the
people,
store.
a lot of people do.
You have seeds.
So
And
we do, yeah. So we
fabric
sell,
and buckets and this is and
gardening
that's
supplies. We kind of specialize in vegetable garden supply, seasonally. Really, like Susan came and got this Swiss chard in the early spring. Susan's husband, Mr. Shipman, who may become a character on this show, has been a long time customer of ours.
Yes. Yeah, he can annoy you for a minute.
So, that's part of what we do, Kathy, and then we also sell upholstery and drapery fabrics and some interior supplies, and that's really the bulk of our business.
And that's a high demand right now. There's not a lot of upholstery materials. I know when we were children, you used to go to places like they had Hancock fabrics and all those are gone, Lewis.
That's right.
So if you need material to recover a beautiful old chair, and I know when I was in your store not too long ago with Susan, there was a beautiful chair somebody was bringing in to refurbish.
Okay.
And he was talking about the material and stuff. It was beautiful.
Sure.
Because you can take some, and that is so hard to find. Real
You can take
wood.
something old, something that's high quality, something that you're sentimental about, or just a newer piece of furniture that that's not trash, that you just may need new life,
Right.
and put some fabric on it.
And the foam, they do the foam
And
too.
you have someone that can actually.
There are a lot of upholsterers in our area, so we've got a list of people you can contact to get the work done for you. We can help set you up with that. Susan, that smells amazing already.
Yes, it does.
It's nice. I've got some already chopped onions here I'm going to put in.
And we talked about that on one of the
drapery fabrics, or just you know, if you need a table runner made, or some placemats or whatever, we can kind of cover all that.
Oh, that's great. We had talked about this, and we talk about it on probably on every show. Her great little cooker right here.
That's
it's
awesome.
a little butane.
Isn't that great? Yes. Yes. Yeah, I thought these were just like such an amazing find, and then I discovered the other day, what was I looking for? I don't remember. Oh, goggles. I was looking for some safety goggles for mowing the grass, and I discovered these little guys in the camping area at Wally World, and I was like, I thought I had been so smart finding these things on Amazon. It's like, yep, nope.
No, that's
it's
really
a great
nice.
little tool.
Yeah,
You know,
because
you can
we
do
like
this
to go
wherever
camping,
you want to.
and that's great for going
I took
camping.
These little guys. I catered a thing out at the campground in Talladega. Can't think of the name of it, and I took these guys with me and the Easy Bake Oven so that I could cook out there for them. And that was a great weekend. Sound Embrace did that retreat, and it was amazing. We had a great time.
That smells delicious.
Smells really
I think
good.
the camera guy will grab a little shot of that. That is, y'all, that is so pretty. Look.
Colorful.
It's colorful.
Very
It smells
colorful. It's
delicious.
gonna come down to.
So what's the Susan? What are we doing here with this
We're
chard?
going to saute this a little more until it looks like it's all been cooked.
Just kind of
Because we
soften
want to,
it?
Yes, because we want to take some of the tough out of it, and this is the great way to do that. I'm going to back that off a little bit more too, and leave it just barely going.
Okay, and then what else are we doing today?
We're doing the pork. I'm going to prep the pork now. Yes.
Okay, yeah, pork loin.
Prepping the pork loin. Yes, this is a pork tenderloin.
Is it pre-seasoned, or did you
No.
just get a plain pork tenderloin?
Yeah,
okay,
plain. We don't want pre-seasoned.
Well, we are while you're.
Let's break.
Yes, if you don't mind, we'll let you get that out, and she can start seasoning, and we will be right back. Stay with us. More to come.
I want to live. The leading cause of death of young Americans like me is gun violence, and oftentimes tied to substance misuse. NBA, NFL, NCAA, most of you look like me, and our communities need you now more than ever. Let's make I Want to Live more than just a hashtag. Let's make it a movement. I am a baller against bullets.
I'm Alan Parnell with Parnell Insurance Agency. We've been here in Oxford and Alabama, Tallapoosa, Georgia since 1990. With Auto Owners Insurance, we're able to give customers competitive pricing along with excellent coverages. Parnell Insurance can handle all of your personal, commercial, and life insurance needs. We have a very experienced staff, both personal and commercial. All together, we've got about 125 years experience. Come see what our insurance agency can do for you in Oxford, Alabama, and Tallapoosa, Georgia.
Auto Owners Insurance.
Hey guys, this is Blair Smith at Pediatrics Plus here in Anniston, located on Henry Road. I'm over here on the well side, but we do also have a sick side urgent care if you need us. We are more than happy to see you guys. Just come on, check us out if you get a fever, cough, or cold, or want to come in for a good checkup. Thank you.
Backus Bibles and Books is dedicated to providing churches as well as individuals with products and services geared towards strengthening every relationship with Christ. We specialize in Bibles, Bible imprints, Bible restoration, church supplies, home decor, gifts, and apparel. Call us at 256-201-1202 or visit us Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at 1100 Highway Drive in Oxford, Alabama. We look forward to serving you, equipping the people of God to expand the kingdom of God.
The Civilian Marksmanship Program, also known as CMP, is a national organization dedicated to training and educating U.S. citizens in responsible uses of firearms and air guns through gun safety training, marksmanship training, and competitions. Their vision is to lead the nation in marksmanship excellence, providing safe, high-quality, and innovative programs with a focus on youth. For more information about the CMP and upcoming events, visit thecmp.org.
The weather is warming up and spring is just around the corner at Miller Sand and Landscape Supply. I'm Craig Miller, and we've got something for everyone. From bulk materials like sand, gravel, and mulch to beautiful outdoor decor to make your outdoor living space the envy of the neighborhood. See our beautiful selection of Mazzarelli fountains, flowers to brighten your garden, and an outdoor center loaded with beautiful decor. Whether you need a little or a lot, visit Miller Sand and Landscape Supply.
Welcome back to In Style Cooking and the Community. We're so glad to have you here with us today. And I'm Kathy Tillery, and I am so thankful you're here. And we have Susan Shipman, our co-host, and Lewis Downing with Downing & Sons. And these wonderful greens that you see, if you didn't join us before the break, actually, Susan got those from Downing & Sons store.
She sure did.
I bought the plants there. Swiss chard.
And tell us now what you're doing, Susan.
First, I'm going to add a little bit of salt to the Swiss chard because it's kind of needs a little salt. I'm going to mix that around a little bit better with the garlic.
Would you like me to
also.
toss that, Susan?
Please, have at it. Thank you. And so this pork tenderloin, when you buy pork tenderloin at the grocery store, there are 2 in the pack. And they're both about £1 pound each usually. So this one is just a little bit short of £1 pound. And what I've already taken the silver skin off of it. It's like the sinew that holds the muscles of the pig together. You don't want to eat that. And I took some of the fat off also because I don't want to eat that. And so what we're going to do is cut it like this, and we're going to, I think I got some of my glove in that one. Cut it like this, and then we're going to pound it a little bit because we want it flatter, because we want it cooked all the way through without having to get a dark brown. And so...
And I'm going to just kind of guide this over here. Do you need this for
this?
this?
No, we're going to
because we're, that way everybody can see what you're doing
yes,
right
lovely.
there.
And we're going to use the extra virgin olive oil, so I'm going to let you go over there. These are nice and round and will smash nicely. That's not pounding, actually. It is. There's nothing, no greater term for this than
tenderizing.
Thank you.
Tenderizing.
That's right.
There you go.
It's a tenderizing tool.
We're making it flat, and that helps it do better in the skillet. And I've got all-purpose flour over here that we're going to dredge this through. We're not going to do it like you were doing fried chicken and put a whole lot of flour on it, but we need some flour on it.
So it's not necessarily battered per se.
Absolutely, not battered for sure. We're going to use the extra virgin olive oil.
A little bit of olive oil.
And then we are going to add some butter.
Oh yeah.
Because we like the flavor of the butter, and it does very nicely in this dish. And when we get to being ready to make the kind of sauce, that's not exactly the right word either, to go in it, then it will do well having the butter. So maybe turn this on is a good start.
It's like a,
it has a safety feature. You have to engage the butane before.
That's a really nice little
on.
cooktop, isn't
It's great,
it?
yeah.
These are great. They really are great.
That's really
Bohemia,
nice.
that's the name of the campground in Talladega. If you haven't seen that,
We're
you
not
need to
really
look at
endorsing
that.
any product,
No,
but
this
we're just saying go get your butane burner.
Yeah. What's good is good.
They're awesome. Yeah, there's all kind of different brands out there. You know, the camping people make them. And
Oh, this is going to be delicious. And by the way, we actually shopped yesterday at Winn-Dixie in Golden Springs.
Indeed we did.
For our meat that we're actually using today on the show.
You see, I'm not pushing that down in there or anything. I'm just letting some of the flour get on it. It's not covered heavily. It's just got a little bit. The flour is also going to make up the sauce that we're making. We're going to use some lemon juice on that as well.
Now, do you salt and pepper or?
Well, I'm going to salt it a little bit at the end.
Okay. Well, actually, the
we don't
reason
want the
why
meat to
I asked
shrink
that, I love it that you're not salting it right now. You know why?
Yeah.
Because I don't cook with salt.
Yeah, you know, you can't unsalt it.
My
can't
husband
unsalt
loves
it, that's
SPG, the salt, pepper, garlic, you know, combination like you get it at our local store. There's an Oxford Lumber that actually carries that, I know. I don't know, y'all don't carry that though, do you?
We don't
Lewis?
carry
You don't carry
seasoning. We don't
spices.
carry grilling supplies or seasonings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we should.
I mean, my husband, he says, go buy that, please. And I have to go to Oxford Lumber to get it because that's where they have
Well, that's
it.
a good store.
Yes, it is, and that's a local store, and that's
It
actually
is.
why we're doing this show
and
is
you
to get our
can-
community
You might
surrounding
be going for the
counties in
SPG,
Alabama.
but you're going to end up with more than just the SPG
Oh, yeah.
when you go.
Yeah, most definitely, because there's all kinds of sauces.
There's all kind of
But
everything.
I don't like cooking with salt because you know if you have canned goods or frozen
They're already
vegetables,
salted. The canned
that's
goods
right.
especially.
That's how they're
If you
preserved.
don't have one of these, you can use the back of your spatula and flatten that
I've
out.
used the bottom of a cast iron
jar.
skillet
Yeah,
or
whatever.
a wine bottle.
You don't have to be fancy.
Oh, and I bet that would be delicious, right, Susan? If you cook this in your iron skillet.
You can,
Very
yes,
healthy.
absolutely. You know, if you don't, there's some must-haves for a kitchen if you're going to cook anything. An iron skillet is one of them. You've got to have a good knife, and you need a spatula.
Yeah.
You waste so much food if you don't have one of
Right,
these. So
that's
these
right.
are just necessities for a good kitchen.
Well, while we're letting this cook, I'm actually going to talk about some of our wonderful sponsors that we have.
Cool.
I'll get the guys to pull that up for me. Thank you very much. Erin Griffith. She's a local realtor right here for ERA King Real Estate. And you can contact her at ERINW@eraking.com. Erin Griffith is her name. A lot of you may know her as Erin Wise, actually, but you feel free to call her or email her. Her number is 256-283-0632. And also a great little coffee shop that we've had him on one of our previous shows. And hopefully he will be a guest coming up. You will probably see within the next few weeks again. Called Coffee. Jared, the wonderful owner, joined us and gave us a lot of history about the coffee shop. Local owned, community, just a great shop. Let's go support our local businesses, even if you live out of town, if you live in Gadsden or you live in Sylacauga and you're seeing this show, please feel free to come to Calhoun County. We have a lot of things going on, a lot of places that people really don't even know about.
Called Coffee is one of those really great places too. It's
Yes.
it's pretty much on my way to work, so I'm a few days a week. I'm in the drive-through in the mornings, or go inside and hang out for a little bit and have a conversation with somebody.
I told Jared that I like going to the Y and doing the yoga classes.
That's just right there. Okay.
Yes, and that's how I tried it about
Okay,
a
right.
year and a half ago. And he said, yeah, our shop was only been open about 2 years. So, yeah, it was delicious, though.
It's wonderful.
A
They've got a
really
great
good,
product.
I had a vanilla latte.
I'm just kind of a coffee and just a little bit of milk to cut the acidity. But they've got whatever you want for the coffee drinker.
And zucchini bread.
And they have zucchini bread, which is
Susan
one
actually
offer that
bakes her bread.
Susan makes.
Yes, she bakes her bread,
The
and you
product.
can
I am
pick
the
it up
pusher.
at Called Coffee at the shop, and it's located right there on Quintard Avenue, 1400,
They're
right
just
off.
at the corner of 14th and Quintard.
So some great places to shop in our
There's my glove.
community.
We have some great
See that?
places. We're very fortunate to have kind of a uniquely large downtown for the
Yes.
small size that we are.
Yes.
So we've got some really nice shops downtown.
And we
we're-
would love to see more grow, wouldn't we, Lewis?
Sure.
Love to see
For
more
sure.
businesses come in.
You know, we've really got a lot of momentum right now.
Yes,
I think.
I think
Yeah.
so
Kathy
too.
and Susan and Aniston, we're doing some really great things, and I think that we're just on the up and up. And Susan, this is just smelling
Thank
amazing.
you.
Yes, it is.
Yes, we're still working on that smell-o-vision.
Smells really
Haven't gotten
good.
there yet.
And all this was a little olive oil, and she just floured it
And
a little bit.
butter.
Once
Little
you
butter.
tenderized it,
Dredge,
right?
yes. Actually, tenderized or not, I was just trying to flatten it because it
Well,
does
that
go in the
actually make it
dish.
so good,
Yes.
though.
It
right,
would cook
and
a little
so-
more evenly, I guess.
Lemon, we're going to use lemon. Let's see. Look in there, Lewis, and see if you see something that looks like a strainer. It would have a red handle. And I
So
might not
we're
have brought
going
it.
to use a lemon
That's okay.
next. What are we going to do with
Might
the
not
lemon
have
now?
that. We're going to squeeze the lemon into here as soon as this meat is done. I might not have brought it.
I don't
No.
see one.
Okay.
And because of its pork, if you have a thermometer at home, a little digital, it's always good to check and make sure you're at the right temperature. And I believe it's 160 degrees. Is that right, Susan,
And
for pork?
it stops bleeding. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So you can I usually check it because I had a type 1 diabetic daughter growing up. So I always made sure the chicken and the pork's cooked thoroughly.
I do this by practice and
Well, that's where I used to do it, but then,
looking at the color is usually
Color's a good
giveaway.
indicator.
Yes, it is.
Usually
But
a giveaway.
nowadays with meat, we want to be safe, so it's really good to stick and you can pick those up
Kathy,
anywhere.
anybody can be
Even at a
safe,
Dollar
good.
General.
I have a little drawer next to the stove at
Yeah,
home. It
I do
stays in
too.
the meat thermometer stays in the skinny drawer.
Yep. And I usually check the pork and chicken. Chicken now is like 165, I believe, isn't it, Lewis? Have you heard?
Something
I think.
like that. I think
170.
they say that you can eat pork at a
140.
cooler temperature now,
Right.
around medium. They
Right.
say pork is so clean, the process is so clean now.
Yeah, it's way less likely to
maybe
do
if you were,
trichinosis.
I guess especially if you were using, a local product maybe, but
Most of
you
those are
always
USDA
better safe than
inspected.
sorry.
Yes.
Because if you've ever experienced food poisoning, it is
Oh yeah, you don't want to do
difficult
that.
to
Or
forget.
bacterias or things,
That's right.
Yeah, so I like checking my chicken and the pork. Now, with beef products, it has to be a little bit higher temp. I believe it's 185 to 200 that you want it temp. Kind of like when you're grilling. I guess
think
is the way you
I think
think
a
of
medium,
it, right?
Susan, a medium for like a medium rare steak. I think it's cooler. I think maybe
Oh, it's probably like 150 and then 160.
130 even.
Oh, is it?
You know,
okay.
the thermometer tells me that, so I don't remember most of it. It says it on my thermometer.
We'll have to Google that one for
I just-
everyone.
I
Maybe
just
we'll have
thought-
we'll have to cook steaks.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, we need to
For
get
a
some
show.
fillets. That would be a
I've
good
got
idea.
some,
My
actually,
husband
that I
loves
got from
fillets.
Indigo Farms.
I'm not a big
Indigo
steak here. I
Ridge.
love fish.
So I put the lemon in here and I slowed it down because I don't want to overcook the pork.
Right.
But the lemon is giving it, see the,
It smells
the
amazing.
flowers
It
coming
smells
off
delicious.
of the stuff a little
There's
bit and making that little bit of
shadow-
juice in it. And we're going to put a tiny little bit of water in
And
there.
this is such a nice color. The greens, the pork.
And see, the butter's got some salt in it, and the lemon's got that nice acid. So, I don't find it necessary to do any additional seasoning.
Right.
But, that's left up to the individual. If you think you want more stuff on it, that's fine, go for it. But like you said, you can't unsalt it. So-
Yeah, and I started to say, what is like something else you could serve this with? Probably rice, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Like just a
Rice with it.
minute
A
bag
nice
rice?
sure.
Alfredo
Yeah, that would be
lovely.
easy.
Rice, or just to put on a salad, maybe.
Be easy. Well, we're fixing to take a quick break,
Good
but
deal.
while this food is cooking, and the greens look terrific,
Yeah, we're about to dig
and the
into
pork
some of
looks
this.
fabulous, and we will be right back right after this commercial break. So stay with us right here in Style Cooking and the Community.
Hey, this is Jason at Reeves Insurance. Just want to say a quick thank you to all of our customers for your support over the years. We now have offices in Anniston, Alexandria, and Oxford in order to serve you better. So stop in and see me or any of our experienced staff and let us shop for you. We'll find you the best price and the best coverage available. Thank you.
On average, a tow truck operator is killed every 6 days in the United States. A tragic, yet preventable event. The fact is, Most people don't know what it's like being a tow truck operator. The dangers that occur while servicing a roadside vehicle are real. However, you can make a difference to help lower this statistic and save lives by simply slowing down and moving over. This simple task can prevent an unnecessary death and allow workers to make it home to the families waiting for them. After all, it's the law in all 50 states for good reason. Do your part so they can live another day and be there for you when you need them. Move over. Their lives don't belong to you.
I want to live. The leading cause of death of young Americans like me is gun violence, and oftentimes tied to substance misuse. NBA, NFL, NCAA, most of you look like me, and our communities need you now more than ever. Let's make I want to live more than just a hashtag. Let's make it a movement. I am a baller against bullets.
I'm Alan Parnell, the Parnell Insurance Agency. We've been here in Oxford and Alabama, Tallapoosa, Georgia since 1990. With Auto Owners Insurance, we're able to give customers competitive pricing along with excellent coverages. Parnell Insurance can handle all of your personal, commercial, and life insurance needs. We have a very experienced staff, both personal and commercial. All together, we've got about 125 years experience. Come see what our insurance agency can do for you in Oxford, Alabama, and Tallapoosa, Georgia.
Auto Owners Insurance.
Welcome back to In Style Cooking and the Community. I'm Kathy Tillery.
Susan Shipman.
And we have Lewis Downing with us from Downing & Sons. And it's a great store, and we actually have one of his products that Susan bought there.
Yes, this is Swiss chard. I brought it in the spring, put it out in the garden, and it is beautiful. This is the Bright Lights, is the particular genus, and it's really nice. Some of the leaves out in the garden actually got little spots on them and weren't aesthetically pleasing. You know, you can take the stems out of those, and you see the stems are in here. They're colorful, and they're also quite delicious, and so we don't waste any part of the plant. I've got beets out in my garden right now, seeds from Downings. I trust Downings for anything that I need to put out in the garden, because everything turns out right, or I come back and I say, this didn't work for me, and Robert or Lewis or whoever is there is going to say, well, what can we do to make that okay? And so most of our seeds and plants are coming from Downings, and this is going to stop producing pretty soon because it's going to get hotter and hotter, and it doesn't really like hot weather. But until then, we're going to enjoy this Swiss chard, the Bright Lights genus of Swiss chard. I hope I got that right, Aunt Carol. I tried.
I think the flavor profile of Swiss chard is similar to beets. You mentioned, Susan, it's an earthier flavor. It's a stronger flavored green. So then it's good to mix with other greens or other vegetables.
Absolutely,
maybe.
And the smaller leaves of the chard are really good in a salad.
Sure, and with the beet greens, if you're growing beets, the beet greens tend to be sweeter, and would make a really good accompaniment to the chard.
In a salad. And so don't chop the leaves off of that beet and throw them in the trash can. Because you're throwing greens away, ghosts will haunt you for that.
That's right.
And, you know, it's all of that is edible, and you want to take advantage of that. Beets have got amazing vitamins in them as well, and they also act as a super good tie-dye. So if you want to go natural tie-dye, right?
And you grow beets?
Yes. Yes. Beets are in the garden.
And
They're
most
looking
people don't
good.
like beets,
They're
but
trying
I
to
love
drown.
them.
Do you?
You know, my mother liked
Canned
pickled
beets.
beets.
I love beets. I don't like pickled beets.
I don't either.
I
like
am
real
not
beets.
a beet fan.
My husband said they taste like dirt.
They taste like
They
soil.
do. They
That's
do.
what my husband said.
They absolutely do taste
But I
like
love
dirt.
them.
There
I've ate
was,
them all
there
my
was
life.
a little old lady that used to come in the store when my grandparents were still around, and she would bring. She got it in her mind that I liked pickled beets.
Oh, bless
And she
it.
would bring me 2 quarts of pickled beets every summer
Oh, my
after she'd
goodness.
harvested her spring beets.
Yes,
And I
yes.
never had the heart to tell
No.
her that I didn't like them, so I would give them away at some
Yes,
point.
yes.
But she
But
brought
somebody
me.
would enjoy
but she
them, so
thought
it's
I really
okay.
liked to be thought. She thought of me to bring
That
me
is
beets.
so
You know.
sweet.
She-
Yes, that is
Absolutely.
sweet. I
That
love
is-
them
that is
though.
lo-
I mean, a lot of you. It's an acquired taste,
must
I
be an
think.
acquired taste.
Because
I've
a
not
lot of
acquired
people,
that
like when you
taste
go
yet.
to salad bars, they'll have the pickled
Yeah,
beets
right.
on the salad
Sure,
bars.
yeah.
But I like just beets, not pickled.
Beets
Just
are
cooked
one
beets.
Or just straight out of the can, even.
Ah.
I love Del Monte beets, just beets.
Beets are one of the vegetables that is included in the no-mato sauce that I make.
Right.
Instead of tomato sauce, it's no-mato sauce, and it's got celery and carrots and beets in it, and lemon and lime. And it's
And what do you do-
amazing.
what do you do with that,
you
pasta,
Can, you
or-
can build a lasagna is what I did with it. I made
Nice.
Smart,
yeah, use
Susan.
zucchini
Very
for
nice.
instead
She's so
of the,
smart.
I looked up and used zucchini instead of the lasagna noodles, and just amazing, very delicious. And that no-mato sauce is so close to a tomato sauce that the texture is really the only difference.
I guess that would be good for
Wow.
people that can't eat tomatoes.
It's
They
a
have-
nightshade
Yeah.
vegetable issue.
Ah.
Nightshade vegetables, you could look it up. That was one of the challenges that I had when I did the Bohemia thing, was that there were people there eating gluten-free and nightshade-free, and I was like, what the heck is that, right?
Yeah.
Nightshade vegetables.
yeah.
And so there are vegetables that fit, and tomatoes are one of the vegetables that fit into that nightshade vegetable group. It has to do with their flowers. I don't remember anything past that.
Really?
Yes, and so some people that have autoimmune issues like lupus and fibromyalgia,
yes, rheumatoid arthritis.
and so those nightshade vegetables sometimes trigger that, and so if you can stay away from that and pull it off, then
That
good.
does make sense,
Yeah,
actually,
yeah.
because a lot of times a lot of vegetables actually can trigger an inflammatory response.
Sure.
Yes.
So it actually probably does make them feel worse.
So I-
you know, that's
I
like
have
the
learned
rain.
so
you know, you hear
much.
people. You know, like even one of my children, my diabetic daughter, she used to say, "I can tell it's going to rain because when the barometric pressure
Yes.
changed, a lot of people have migraines,
Yes.
Oh, wow.
and her blood sugars usually would go a little
okay.
crazy. You know, because of the fact that it makes the blood thicker. You know."
Susan,
I don't
this looks
have-
excellent. I guess we're getting
This
We
looks
are.
great.
We're about
We're about to
we can
eat. We
eat
are.
now?
We are.
Okay, now have you named this dish?
It's pork piccata. That's its name. And
Pork
that,
piccata?
Pork piccata. Uh-huh.
Pork
Uh-huh.
piccata.
And
then, like
it's
we were
nice.
saying, you could add rice or a nice
If you
little
needed,
yeast
if you felt like you
roll or
needed something starchy on
a
the side, you
carb,
could jump
yes.
right in there and do that carb. You see, that was a pretty good sized pile of chard, and so it cooks down a
Okay.
lot. If you've ever cooked greens,
Right.
if you're buying collard greens at the big box store, stop it. We grow those. You need to buy them from a local farmer, not from the big box stores, because those things really are like leather. They're humongous, and they're just not as good as you're going to find at a local grower. And there are a lot of local farms,
And,
so many
okay.
more than you would think.
Where farmers markets, Susan. Louise,
Okay.
tell us about
So talk
any
about the
that's
Anderson
coming.
market.
So the Aniston Farmers Market is just right next to our garden store, actually, on 11th Street.
That's great. And
It's-
when is it? Do you
It's
know the hours?
every
or-
Saturday.
It started the
It's-
first Saturday in May,
it
and it
did,
runs
and
through the end of October-ish.
It does.
And then they have Tuesday nights.
That's
Right.
correct.
Second Tuesday.
I think it's the second Tuesday, but you could contact Anderson
Michelle?
Main Street
Right.
or
Main Street,
Michelle
Anderson.
Smith. the market director to find out about it. But I believe it's the second Tuesday from 4 to 7. And then
Okay.
on
Second
Saturdays, every
Tuesday.
Saturday morning,
From
Susan, can we dig
7
in
till
here?
11.
Second
Jump in.
Tuesday. Okay, here,
And
you need
the,
a knife.
No,
better
I
not
done
need
mine.
a
Mine is so tender. I
We
don't
had
need a
better
knife.
not need a
I'll
knife.
hold
You need
one.
one or no?
We had better not need
First
a knife.
Tuesday.
And then the Jacksonville Farmers Market opened on the second Saturday in April and will run through late October. And then there are also.
Oh my gosh, how tender.
Okay.
This is so
Marvelous.
tender.
And so the Jacksonville Farmers Market is also doing Friday evenings. They did. It must be the fourth Friday.
Susan, this is
9/11.
wonderful.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness,
good,
it's
isn't it?
delicious.
Yeah.
The lemon from the
Nice.
sauce, the pan sauce, with the pork piccata, and the earthiness of the Swiss George
delicious.
is excellent
Nice together.
Wonderful.
And I have to tell you, I made
And
a
how
cooked
long?
pork
And how
one
long
now.
did this take? This was so quick.
Start
could
to
do this
finish.
at home.
20
no problem.
minutes?
30 minutes. Mhm.
Yeah.
If you do any of the prep ahead of time, but even with the prep, what took the longest was washing all the dirt off of the greens.
So you
But at least
actually
you didn't have to go to the
just.
grocery store to get it. You just went
Right,
outside.
right.
I'm going to
After the
recap
garden.
this so that if you're just now joining us, she just did a little flour, right?
Yep.
A little olive
Little dredge,
oil, and
olive
you
oil and
just
some butter.
tenderized it a little, put a
Yep.
little flour.
Smacked it.
And you know, it doesn't need, you didn't add extra salt
I
either,
didn't put
did
And
any
you?
it
salt
doesn't
in.
need it at all.
It's delicious.
I put a little bit of salt in the greens. The Swiss chard.
It is delicious. And I have to be honest and tell you all, growing up, we ate so much pork chops and pork and sausage and
Sure.
bacon, and I actually got away from it. I don't like pork anymore. I'll eat sausage and I'll eat some bacon every now and then.
This
and
is a good pork.
This is great.
The
And the reason
tenderloin-
why is because it's so tough. So dry. A lot of times pork chops are.
Yes.
This is delicious,
Thank
y'all.
you.
It's soft and it's.
And the tenderloin on the pig, there's the pig's backbone, and then on either side of the backbone is where the tenderloin comes from. That's the meat on either side of the backbone. And so it's a pretty exclusive piece of meat. They're never really big unless it's from a really ginormous hog. So they're nice, and they ought to all be tender, even without the smashing. It's really easy. For people who have a problem chewing their food, it's a great thing. Not the green stuff so much, but the pork absolutely.
But the greens are nice and
They
tender.
are tender.
Yeah, and
That's
you
a
know what? We
wonderful
need some
dish.
toothpicks
We
Susan,
do.
next
I
time.
know. Sorry, that was on my truck. This is a very versatile meat. Also, you can do all kind of different stuff with this. You can broil it in the oven. You can cook it on the grill gently.
That's typically how we cook
Right.
On the grill.
tenderloins, even
In the oven?
pork loins at
Yes,
home is
yes.
on the grill.
Well, this is
Absolutely.
delicious.
Thank you.
I'm cooking it
Yes,
this way because I always
absolutely, yeah.
cooked it as a whole piece.
You know
in the
what? And that's
oven
good too.
or on the grill. My husband.
That is good.
Yeah.
And so it's a super versatile piece of meat.
And you know what?
And it's not that expensive.
With the taste and flavoring of this, you know what I think would be great if you like sweet potatoes.
There you go.
Oh, sweet potatoes
Yams or
on the
sweet
side?
potatoes. Wouldn't
Yeah.
that be delicious?
Yeah,
I love
was-
pork and
I was
sweet
thinking
potato.
pineapple.
Yes.
But what do I know?
Pineapple would be wonderful. yeah.
Pineapples, yes.
Like I have my
yeast
mango
rolls.
here. Lewis and I were discussing the whole mango thing and how you get the heck. These things are evil and difficult to get out
Why is
of
that?
the skin. The
There's a particular way to cut a mango,
The
and I'm
seed
not a
is
mango
like
fan. It's
this.
a textural thing for me.
okay. I don't do jello.
My son loves
Oh.
mangoes, but
Yeah.
The seeds are right. The seed is, or the pit is.
The pit.
but there's a trick to the mangoes, right?
The way you slice it, I think. The pit or the seed is flat.
Right. I haven't worked that out for myself yet, but I keep trying because I like the mango. It
Okay,
is
so how
good.
do you peel the mango? My son said that you have to make sure all the outside is off, correct?
You want the peeling off of it, but I'm
Because
gonna
it's-
I'm gonna try to get it off of the pit before I peel it because it's slicky. It'll be
You know, I
jumped
think,
across the
Susan, the
room.
first time you do that, it should be on live television.
Absolutely. Yes,
So you
yes.
just-
It's
the
like,
mango will go flying into the audience.
Jumper.
Maybe a stash of Band-Aids up here
Oh my
for
God, we
that.
might need stitches. Sutures required for that because that could be bad real fast.
Well, that was just
Super good.
delicious.
That is just
Plenty of garlic
delicious.
in this
Wonderful.
in there. Plenty of garlic.
Yes. So we need to eat up because we're
Yep,
fixing
yep.
to take a quick
That's good,
break.
and then we're gonna
Okay.
talk.
And so we'll eat during this little
Yeah.
break because this is delicious.
Yeah,
I
go watch the
actually love.
commercials.
Okay, I may be a pork
Okay,
Palm
you're
shore
back.
Maybe you're
again.
going back to pork.
I may do it with
back.
this. This is really
Pork
good.
tenderloin.
Yeah.
It's forever.
I may have to tell my husband I will get a tenderloin and I'm going to cut it up and do it like Susan did. And
Well,
I
you
probably
could
could
have
eat
Susan
it.
cook it and then
Yeah.
take it home
Deliver it and
put
say,
it on a
"Hey,
plate and say,
hey,
hey, I've been
yeah,
slaving
look
all
what I
day, been
made."
working all day.
Yeah, I mean, because that is so tender, even the grandchildren would eat
Oh,
it.
yeah,
This
sure.
is good for delivery too. It holds the heat well without getting like ooky, overcooked and hard. And so
Oh, like if you were doing
the meal's ready for you thing. This is very
that's
transportable,
great.
very deliverable.
That is wonderful,
Yes, and
wonderful.
it's so edible. Yum,
And
yum.
then you've got some strawberries here, fresh
I do.
strawberries.
The strawberries are not out of my strawberry patch. I did work on the strawberries yesterday, trying to get some pine straw underneath them because
good.
strawberries do not like all this rain.
Well, hold
No,
that
they
thought.
don't.
We're going to take a quick break and we will be right back with more In Style Cooking and the Community.
Hey guys, this is Blair Smith at Pediatrics Plus here in Anniston, located on Henry Road. I'm over here on the well side, but we do also have a sick side urgent care if you need us. We are more than happy to see you guys. Just come on, check us out if you get a fever, cough, or cold, or want to come in for a good checkup. Thank you.
Backus Bibles and Books is dedicated to providing churches as well as individuals with products and services geared towards strengthening every relationship with Christ. We specialize in Bibles, Bible imprints, Bible restoration, church supplies, home decor, gifts, and apparel. Call us at 256-201-1202 or visit us Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at 1100 Highway Drive in Oxford, Alabama. We look forward to serving you, equipping the people of God to expand the kingdom of God.
The Civilian Marksmanship Program, also known as CMP, is a national organization dedicated to training and educating U.S. citizens in responsible uses of firearms and air guns through gun safety training, marksmanship training, and competitions. Their vision is to lead the nation in marksmanship excellence, providing safe, high-quality, and innovative programs with a focus on youth. For more information about the CMP and upcoming events, visit thecmp.org.
The weather is warming up and spring is just around the corner at Miller Sand and Landscape Supply. I'm Craig Miller and we've got something for everyone. From bulk materials like sand, gravel, and mulch to beautiful outdoor decor to make your outdoor living space the envy of the neighborhood. See our beautiful selection of Mazzarelli fountains, flowers to brighten your garden, and an outdoor center loaded with beautiful decor. Whether you need a little or a lot, visit Miller Sand and Landscape Supply.
Hey, this is Jason at Reeves Insurance. Just want to say a quick thank you to all of our customers for your support over the years. We now have offices in Anniston, Alexandria, and Oxford in order to serve you better. So stop in and see me or any of our experienced staff and let us shop for you. We'll find you the best price and the best coverage available. Thank you.
Welcome back to In Style Cooking and the Community. I'm Kathy Tillery, your host, and Susan Shipman is our co-host.
Hey, hey.
Yes, and we have a wonderful guest, Lewis Downing, with us. And if you're just joining us, we actually had a little cooking segment earlier.
And an eating segment
yes,
also.
and it was delicious.
That's the best part of the cooking segment.
Yes, the pork.
Yes, the pork.
Yeah, because actually, I may be a pork connoisseur again.
You could be, you know.
After eating eating
you
your
get
pork.
turned on to
It's
some
really-
really good.
It's really the whole reason I agreed to come on the show as well.
Exactly.
I knew
It was the
Susan
whole
was going to
food.
cook
Yeah.
So we
something.
can
Cook
eat
with
you.
you. Yeah.
And Lewis actually is the provider of the greens.
Yes,
Mm.
That
yes.
Susan used
Indeed.
earlier in the show.
Yes, I bought that Swiss chard from Downing and Sons.
And
it's
I
just
want,
beautiful.
we're going to talk to Lewis in just a moment, but first I want to say some special thanks to our sponsors. First one that we'd love to thank is Erin Griffith of ERA King Real Estate. So she is there for all your needs. If you need to sell land, if you need to sell your home, or if you're wanting to just get some advice on how it works or how to get your home on the market, now's a good time. Because hopefully down the road, a lot of homes will be turning over and people will want to sell and buy again. So please give her a call at 256-283-0632, or you can email her at erinw@eraking.com. Also, we have the wonderful guest of Lewis Downing with us today, Downing and Sons, and they are located, just turn off Quintard on 11th Street, go 3 blocks, and you will see Downing and Sons on the corner there. Please give them a call if you have any questions about plants, any questions about refurbishing your chairs, your tables, any draperies, things like that. Lewis will be happy to help you at 256-236-8972.
And Kathy, if I can also add a little shameless plug.
Yes.
That we've got a website, www, of course, .downingandsons.com. It's an e-commerce site. You can shop our fabrics, build a shopping cart, order swatches. We can get things ready for you in store, anything you need like that.
Cool.
That is wonderful. I did not know that either.
Well, it's just kind of it's something fairly new
That's
that
great.
we've got going on.
That's
so
great.
We're excited about it.
And so now that we've got Lewis here as a guest, because that is the whole goal of this show, is to have some fun cooking with Susan, and to also bring in some new recipes maybe people haven't tried. The economy right now is, trying to tread water, if you want to say. So it's a good time to actually be cost effective in the way you cook.
Always.
And the recipes you do.
Especially we're a family of 5. We have 3 children.
Yes.
So
Oh my goodness.
we're always looking for economical ways to stretch the grocery bill, if you will.
Oh, yes. Like me and my husband, we have 5 children together. I have 3 and he has 2.
Wow.
So there's 7 of us. So
Right.
we're almost like the Brady Bunch, when we all get together, We were when they were younger, but now most of them are out. We have 1 more in college.
See, I have dogs. I have 3 dogs, and dogs are great because you can put them outside and nobody's going to call DHR.
Right.
Right. That's right.
Yes.
Okay, and so back to the topic at hand is Lewis. I want to talk to you about Downing and Sons. Tell us a little bit about how long has the business been around? Who started it? Can you give us a little history?
Sure, Kathy. So we're in our 62nd year.
Wow.
This year, my grandparents started the company in 1963.
Wow.
And I've told this story probably too many times. My grandfather always used to like to say that he went into a Mary Carter Paint and Supply Company that was just across the street. They were a national chain of paint stores. And he was buying my grandmother a gallon of paint to paint her bedroom. They always kept separate bedrooms.
Yes.
and,
Keeps the family together.
That's right. That's right. So he went in to get a gallon of paint, and when he walked out, he had bought the entire store for $600.
Really?
And so they ran that store. My grandmother ran that store, and then the Mary Carter Paint Corporation bankrupted in the late 70s, maybe,
Really?
and they began a True Value store, and that opened them up to hardware and gardening things.
That's
and my
right.
grandmother could order sewing notions and some fabrics, and she liked to do that.
My mom shopped there.
And and they just developed a trade and a loyal customer following, customer base.
Yes.
You used to have a lot of fabric clothing back years ago, right?
Sure, we did.
I think it was probably like in the 70s or 80s.
Well, even into the early thousands, we sold apparel and quilting and crafting fabrics.
Yes.
The market for that has changed, and we just kind of evolved in a different way. So we don't really sell quilting and apparel fabrics anymore, but we have to have the largest selection of upholstery and drapery and decorative fabrics
it is vast.
in Northeast Alabama. I would imagine.
And that's wonderful, because I mean, I'm hoping that as our government, takes hold of the tariffs and all these things that are going on, that we have a lot more businesses coming back here, and a lot more community, local businesses.
Well, it's
are
just
really
a good
going to
time.
get the business again, I hope,
to be conscious of where we spend our dollars.
Absolutely.
And who we spend them with, and support companies and people and families that support us.
Right. If you don't buy local, there won't be local.
Right.
So it can be easy to forget where our dollars go when we spend them. But when you spend them in your community, they tend to stay in your community.
Yep.
Right.
Absolutely.
I know my husband shared with me years ago, it was before I ever knew him, he owned a sock company in Center, and it went overseas.
Sure.
Back in the 2008-9, when the stock market plunged, and so hopefully, I hope we all start participating and buying more local. Then we have more manufacturers that come back. Wouldn't it be nice to see a lot of the plants open up again to provide more American-based jobs?
Sure.
I've observed a whole lot of new businesses opening up in Jacksonville and on the square and south of, and I think that's just fabulous. And I know that the university drives a lot of that, but seeing the economies boosted, downtown Anniston as well. New shops opening, and
downtown Anniston has done a really fabulous job. Kind of boosting the economy down there.
Yes.
Oxford has done a tremendous job of bringing their Main Street back. Jacksonville, like you said, Susan, has done a wonderful job. Weaver is working on it. Weaver, we were talking about farmers markets in the last segment. I should have thought Weaver has a farmers market. I think there's going to be once a month now, but I'm sure you can call Weaver City Hall and they can give you information on where the when and where of the Weaver's farmers market.
Yes, and there's a lot of farmers market everywhere in Alabama. So, I mean, we're a community-based show, so you can go online to WEAC TV 24. You can download the app so that you can pull us up that way. Also, we're on cable, right, Susan, I think?
Sparklight, I think, is Channel 9. It used to be when they were Cable 1. So, yes, and then you can live stream and look at YouTube and Facebook and find everything about WEAC TV 24.
And so we're just happy to be here.
Absolutely.
And hopefully to bring more into the community, and people that are watching, hopefully you will know to get out and go see some of these smaller businesses.
Absolutely. Sure.
Have a cup of coffee at the little coffee shop where it's owned by someone that lives next door to you. And so if you have any ideas or thoughts, feel free to let us know.
Please, yes.
But also Sylacauga, Auburn, Birmingham, all the surrounding counties, please, we're thankful for you watching the show if you're seeing us on air. And also, we would love for you to come to Calhoun County. Right here, there's a lot of things going on. Or let us know what's happening in Etowah County, Jefferson County, Talladega County, Clay County. There's a lot of surrounding counties. There's things we can do. There's a lot of great things you can take your children to this summer.
Yes, there are quite a few things.
A lot of things.
Even the farmers market is fun for kids.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's so diverse group of people there selling products.
And I think that for our Cleveland County viewers, I think Heflin has started a farmers market.
They have a farmers market. It's on Tuesdays and Saturdays, and it's from 8 until 12.
I think that next week maybe y'all have someone from Equality Farms.
Right. Okay.
And
Yeah.
I bet they will have
I
all,
bet he can tell
all the
us.
info
Oh my
on
goodness!
all the
Yeah.
farmers
I am
markets.
I'm
insanely
excited about that
jealous
episode
about
when he
it.
comes
that'll be a
with
good
us.
one.
Yes,
Yes.
insanely jealous.
And I'm excited that you all are joining us right here in Style Cooking in the Community. And I hope you enjoy the show. And I hope you send in some, if you have some ideas, something
Yes.
you want to see Susan
Yes.
cook.
Bring it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't scare me.
Because
Bring
she
it.
has a great business, the
Thank
Oven
you.
Odyssey,
Yes.
correct, Susan?
All about the journey. Yes, ma'am.
And what's your phone number that they can reach
It
you
is
at?
938-899-4222. I don't know why it's 938. That's just the number I got.
Yeah, so it's 1, please dial a 1 before that on a lot of services, even on cell phones. 1-938-899-4222, and that's Oven Odyssey.
It is, and Susan answers the phone.
And believe me, you want that zucchini bread.
Oh my goodness, it is to die for. A perfected recipe. Yes, yes, it will set you free.
And Lewis is going to be back with us on another show.
Yes.
Another day, another time.
I
And
would
he's going to
love
keep
that.
us
Absolutely.
updated. And next time, Lewis, you got to tell us a little bit more about what all's in the shop. We talked a little bit about it today, but next time you be sure and join us, okay? Right here every week on Wednesdays, if you're watching us through cable, Sylacauga, Auburn, the web, however,
Birmingham,
please
yes,
join us and have a beautiful week. And thank you for being here. And let's gather around our community.
Shop
okay?
local.
Yes, let's do it. Have a great day.